shop. We're about to pop. Whatever I do, not up to you. We're gonna shut it up. La la la. Let's stop, won't stop. Unlock your shop. Whatever you do, not up to you. We're gonna shut it up. Today I found out what I want. It's everything I've never had. It's been a lifetime feeling sad, feeling sorry for the things that might make you mad. But I'm back, who's back? Bitch, you ain't in a sorry. All you do is make people around you damn worry. I know it might sound just a little bit corny. Now I know.
From the depths of Chicago, live and direct, it's the Rico No Suave Show, starring Rico No Suave, with co-host Valerie Malesio, featuring special guests every Saturday. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Rico No Suave. Ritmo.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. Yes, it's your boy Rico No Suave. Yeah, make some noise, everybody. Yes. Welcome to the show. Yes. Welcome to the show. We getting crazy already, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I am so happy to be back with you guys because we have a fun-filled show today. I am so happy. Man, oye, mi gente. Bienvenido otra vez. We have none other than a special guest co-host today with me. I want you guys to put your hands together for none other than Giordani McCoy. What's up, Giordani? How are you?
I'm good. Do I look over there?
You can look wherever you want to.
Okay. Good. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm great, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yes, of course, my girl Valerie Malesio, of course, is off today. So thank you so much for being here as far as with us today in her place. Of course, we always love Valerie, but we're glad that you're actually here because you bring that energy, man. You bring that great energy. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right, everybody. Today is, the 9th of April, right? 9 de abril, huh? Man, we're here already in April. Wow. Yeah, I know. I'm so happy because it's getting close to summer, right? That's what I like about it. We're getting close to summer right now. So everybody, we are in the spring. So if you are ready for the summertime, just let us know in the comments. And don't forget to comment. Make sure you let us know how you're feeling, how you're doing, and let us know, man. We're here for you. We're here for you. All right. So today is a fun-filled show today, and we're going to start off with our breaking news, everyone. We have our breaking news. And everyone that's actually on the radio, welcome to the show as well. So let's do the breaking news. Here we go. So there was something beautiful that happened. And of course, there is a young lady by the name of Ketanji Brown Jackson. And Ketanji Brown Jackson actually is an attorney and a jurist actually who served in a federal judge of the United States Courts of Appeal for the District of Columbia Circuit. Now, of course, being a judge and also a jurist as well too, she had done a great job. So someone nominated her to be part of the Supreme Court as a judge of the Supreme Court. And guess what happened after that? She actually was appointed as a judge on the Supreme Court. The one thing that I really like about this is that, you know, Ketanji, that Biden actually nominated her to actually be part of the Supreme Court. And what we're starting to see more of is diversity. We're starting to see diversity where you have Latinos, you have African Americans, and you're starting to see minorities being involved in a lot of great things. And one thing that I really love about this is that it's showing how the world is evolving of being able to see talent, right? Because we always say the intelligence, the talent, and what we have is now starting to become part of what the world is really supposed to be about, right? Because before it was just, you know, hey, you know, we're going to have Caucasians or whites that's just in office and everyone else is just there to follow. But at the same time, too, you know, it's hard for minorities to be able to get to that certain level. Even you're black or Hispanic, Asian or whatsoever, or immigrant, you know, it's hard for, you know, people like that color or that minority status to be able to get to that ranking. You know, when I saw this and when I heard this, I'm like, times are changing. Times are changing for the good, right? Yes. But it also gives us a lot of, you know, of course, people in the media, it gives us a lot to talk about and be proud of because of things that what's happening within the industry, what's happening within this world. And this is something that I'm very happy to be able to see. What do you think, Giordani?
I think it's great. It went down in history, and it's in the record books, right? It's not. It's something that no one can take away from. It is now part of American history.
Yes.
And when we were growing up, that's not what we learned in our history classes, right?
Right.
So it doesn't depend what school you're in anymore. It doesn't depend what neighborhood you're in anymore. This is part of American history.
Yes.
And it's down. No one can take it away. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Last but not least, we got the final picture here, and this one is strength, right? Being able to see someone in office like this just gives another stance of I'm intelligent, I'm powerful, I am here. And the one thing that I really love about this is that, you know, she is showing exactly, she is going to show the world in regards to the other, I think it's 9 people on the panel or maybe like that, or how many people in the panel in regards to how they all come with a decision of the Supreme Court to make decisions. I'm ready to see what's going to happen next when it comes to people being, you know, appealing and, you know, people that say, hey, I didn't do this act of crime, or how they're going to actually be organized enough. And then they're very strict. I mean, working with lawyers and things like that, you know, so we're definitely going to see some changes, and hopefully we see those changes in a good way and a fair way as well too. So congratulations, Ketanji Brown Jackson. All right, so everybody, I got this gentleman that's here with me today. I'm super happy because it seems like all of my friends know about him too. He is a poet, everyone. He was actually born here in Chicago, a Puerto Rican. Boricua, stand up, se levanta, tú sabes, mi gente. And I love everything about this gentleman because you know what? I love poetry. And you can't help but to not love that. But he's also touring, right? He also has a book as well, too. So I want you guys to stand up, put your books up high, because he's also part of the SO Funk crew as well, too. Put your hands together for none other than my man, Luis Tubens.
Hey.
What's up, Papa?
What's up, brother?
How are you, man?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here.
Man, I'm so happy to actually have you here today with us, man. We're ready to hear about your journey. We're ready to hear about your lifestyle, man. Because I hear,
man.
You know, big time JC Delgado and Cruz, tu primo, man.
Yeah, mi primo.
Yeah,
Primo is my primo.
I know.
My primo for real.
I know.
Made my life much easier.
He's actually on right now, man, and you know,
that's what's up.
He talks. He's a big supporter of the show. But once he found out you was going to be on the show, he's like, "Oh yeah, mi primo." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, thank you, primo."
Everybody's his primo, but that is for real, my primo. Shout out to Primo Cruz.
I know. So, man, let's get it on, man. Let's
Yes,
get it on.
yes, yes.
Poetry.
Yeah, man.
Where did the influence of poetry come from?
You know, it started off, I blame everything on hip hop.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You know, it started off when I was in high school trying to write rhymes, and I was not very good.
Okay.
And so I was advised by a few of my homies to be like, yo, you know, it's cool and everything, man. You're a little bit soft. You might wanna drop the beat a little bit and just go ahead and spit. But really, for real. And I love saying this story, especially here on your show, because you know the Boricua,
Yes.
so I'm sure you can appreciate this.
Yes, sir.
But I really got inspired by an organization called the Bate Urbano.
Okay.
And the Bate Urbano, they were on Paseo Boricua, and they were an organization, a social justice organization that would invite people to come in to volunteer with the community, but also teach us too about things. And one of the ways that they were teaching us about the history was through poetry. And so I got to learn a lot about poetry through them, and watching them spit poetry inspired me to go ahead and spit. And then I got into the slam world, and a bunch of other things happened, but that's how it started. Yeah. Yup.
So, you know, we always, you know, with hip hop and also with doing things with organizations, with the community, and things like that. You know, of course, you know, hip hop is poetry.
Yeah,
as well,
man.
Right? I mean, it is. It is just with a different beat. You know, and the beat of the drum makes a big difference when it comes to how you portray yourself, you know, emotionally,
Yeah.
spiritually,
Yeah.
right? And the intellect of what you're trying to get across your audience. But what the influence of hip hop for you, when you start writing as far as poetry, do you remember your first poem?
Ooh, gosh, man. I mean, like, the first poem I ever wrote was for a girl.
Okay.
Yeah. And she said, "Oh, that's sweet." And then went in and like dated a football player. But that's probably the first poem I ever wrote. But the first poem that I remember writing was a poem about being Puerto Rican in the city of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
It was called Bidentity.
Okay.
It was this idea of that I could be from both equally.
Yes.
That why do I got to be half and half?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, why can't I be all of this and all of that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate the applause. Because she was, your audience don't know this, but she was busting my chops a little bit earlier over here on the show. And rightfully so. Audience out there in the world, it's my fault that we started late. You know.
Hey,
But
Primo, you got to come and get your cousin after
I
this.
know.
So, you know, with that, with poetry in there, it's not, you know, sometimes it's more of a rhyme, right? It's a rhythm and a rhyme. That's what I like to call it, because with poetry, to be influenced, how old were you when you started writing poetry?
You know, I was in my teenage years when I say that I like started, but when I say I started like taking it seriously, probably my early 20s.
Okay.
My early 20s is probably where I really put intention, put thought, put motivation, thought about where I was going to perform it, took my audience into consideration.
Yes.
I would probably say like my early 20s is when that really started to happen.
Okay. Okay. So in your early 20s, you know, I have to say a little bit about, you know, we're going to turn your mic down just a little bit. We're excited too. So what happens is that when it comes to writing, the thought process of being able to write, because when you think about hip hop, when you think about rap, or you think about anything that needs to rhyme together, and Giordani, let me know what you think about this as well too. It's more of, you have to really sit down and think in regards to what rhymes with what, or what is your whole outcome is. Just like you wrote, you know, the first poem. So the influence behind it, was it a certain artist that actually helped you start that process, or how did you just pick up a book and just start writing?
You know, life experiences are probably the main motivation to my writing. Yeah. The main inspiration is just whatever has happened throughout my life, you know, or what has happened throughout other people's lives too. And I'll take that experience and I'll write about it.
Yeah.
But it really depends on why I'm writing, to who I'm writing, and the purpose that I'm writing. Yeah. So, for example, like sometimes I'll get commissioned to write a piece. I remember that I was commissioned by Injustice Watch to write this piece about the injustice that we see here in Chicago. And it was right around the time of the protests against the murder of George Floyd. And so what was happening in Chicago during that time is that after these looting was taking place, is you had these Latinx gangs that were, in quotes, protecting the businesses, but really they were intimidating black people that was going into the Latinx neighborhoods. And so to talk a little bit about that anti-black aggression in the Latinx community, I wrote a piece based on that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if it wasn't for being commissioned by Injustice Watch and having that whole event happen, that piece probably wouldn't have gotten written.
Yeah.
So definitely life experiences and what's going on in the world at the time are the main factors to my writing.
I like that. Yeah.
I have a question.
Talk to me.
So.
No. I'm
This
scared of her,
right?
Rico.
You should be, honey.
I am.
Because
I
I
am.
bring a lot.
Ooh.
I'm a force.
You see,
So
I just got here, yo, and she's already. Okay. I'm sweating right now. Okay, dime. ¿Qué pasó?
Anyways, no. So look, I'm glad that I'm in the room with someone that like does this, you know, and follows his passion, right?
Thank you.
So, I write a little, nothing like you, but a little. But I have to get inspiration. Like sometimes I have to go somewhere for inspiration. Mm-hmm. So when your head is like in your way, right? Maybe like too many thoughts. Where do you go to clear yourself to actually get the downloads you need for the inspiration? Because there might be someone here watching that is also creative, right? But they're like, when you're very creative, when you're in your head too much, it doesn't come to you.
Yeah.
It's like you have to tap into your heart for that. You have to tap into something else for that. Where do you go?
Yeah. First, I agree with you 100% because it's not like a job where you clock in and then boom, you know what you're doing and you go ahead and you assembly line, whatever it may be, right? When you're working on the creative side of things, I feel that a lot of it has to hit you. A lot of it has to happen. However, you need to give yourself that space. So like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and run errands and expect motivation to hit me while I'm out at the dollar store trying to buy some hand soap or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
You know, you gotta give yourself that time. You gotta give yourself that space. And so to answer your question, like, where do you go? I think the thing is about the city of Chicago is that so much is dependent on the weather. So much is dependent on a lot of different factors. I like to go to the lake personally.
Yes, sir.
But in the dead of winter, you really can't go to the lake. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go crazy inside my own apartment. So I try to find other places where I'll go to. Now, oddly enough, what I've found, especially during cold weather times, is that I need other type of creative stimulation to be happening around me that will then, I'll feed off of that energy. So I'll go to like a homie's jam set. Right? They're jamming and they're playing on music and I'm in the corner writing. Or I'll go to a homie's DJ set. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is my homie's DJing at a lounge. He's bringing all vinyl. Nobody's there. Right. So he's like, I could just do me. Yes. And you could really hear that person go through all of that stuff. And I'm feeding off of that. And I'm in my book like a little hermit writing the next great American novel. Feeding off that energy.
That's the vibe right there.
Yeah.
I want to feed off of that because I feel like I want to freestyle right now.
Damn.
But one thing is,
we're about to. I know we're about to turn into a freestyle show all of a sudden right now.
Just play the go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you on this because I feel that vibe, and the reason why I feel that vibe is because sometimes I'll be listening. I'll go to a nice little set or a nice hole in the wall place. You got a DJ that's throwing some nice little lounge music and I'm in the back end and I'm feeling the music, right? But at the same time too, I'm thinking about my next move. I'm thinking about what I need to actually do next in my career. Right? I'm thinking about, okay, who can I help next when I'm doing it? It's kind of like me freestyling about the world that needs to know, and one thing about it is that I need to make sure that when I'm actually like there, I'm appreciating, complimenting him and he's complimenting me. By the end of his session, or if I'm ready to leave, I give him that or I give him a tip.
Yes.
That freestyle piece.
Yes.
And that's why I feel you on it, because that's a very great question, Jordani. One thing is that I love to be able to get away from things. Para mí, a mí me gusta la agua, right? So if I'm going where the water is and I just want to listen to, el mar, I'm just listening to the ocean or wherever, I'm there just thinking about what is my next move, right? What can I do to actually freestyle the next thing? And I really love, that's a really great question, a really good question, because it's something that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Right? Discipline.
Yes.
How do you discipline yourself when it comes to, speaking of discipline, ding, 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 ding. How do you discipline yourself to actually stay on track with poetry?
That actually has been a big battle of mine, is the discipline to give myself that space, that time that I need, but also to make sure that I'm reading a certain amount every week, that I'm writing a certain amount, that I'm meeting the quotas that I set for myself and my goals. I don't think there's any shortcut. I don't think there's any magical way. You just got to do it. Whatever it is, you just got to put in the work. There is no substitute for time and energy and work spent. And I felt that for the beginning part of my creative career, I was always trying to find how can I do this and then do this a little bit later, or how can I not write as much and still be a great writer? And there just is no excuse. There's no magic pill. There's nothing that's just gonna say you cannot read or you cannot write and still be a great writer and a great performer. You've got to find the time and you've got to find the energy. You have to carve out that time within your day.
Yes, sir.
The thing is, growing up in this capitalist society, is everything is so much dependent on producing in time. Producing in time. How much can you produce when this amount of time? So we get so caught up in quantity and don't think about quality. When you're in Puerto Rico and you're chilling and you're at the beach and as you were saying, you're just vibing out, that is the time that you need within the self and within your soul to come out with the inspiration, to come out with that motivation. And if that niche is not carved out in the first place, if you don't even say, this time is sacred. This 1 hour in the morning is sacred to me. But it's not also just that time. It's the time to prepare for that time. Because you know that you're all right, if I go and I get messed up and I drink all night and I wake up with a hangover, I can't spend 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. working out, because I'm going to be dealing with that. So the discipline not only comes in carving out that time and staying committed to that time, but in preparation leading up to that time too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? There's a lot of people vibing on chat. I'm going to actually throw out some names out there. We already know who Primo Cruz is. Primo Cruz, what's up, Papa? We got Violeta Lopez checking in.
What up, Violeta?
We got Ana Molina checking in, says, hola, ¿cómo está? And then we also have Daisy Berrios checking in. She said, hello, Mr. Rico. Have a great one. Thank you. You as well, too. Your boy Primo puts up the flag. Bandera. Right? So, and then we have Roseanne checking in, says, hola, how are you? And then Paulie says to Giordani, great question, yes. And then, of course, she follows up with laughing because, we so silly, right? And then Patty Escobar checks in and says, preach.
Hey,
preach. Patty Escobar checking in saying, preach. We do got my man John T for free checking in. And then he says, hip hop made me do it.
Hip hop made me do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got also Judge John Allegretti checking in. He said, great show, man. Great show. And then Justin Sawyer, the activist, is checking in.
Hey.
Also, he's running for Alderman. He said, yes, sir. We loving the vibe. So thank you, everybody, for checking in with us today. Don't stop. Don't stop giving those questions out and compliment. Keep going. And then we got another one. Milton Torres.
That's my father.
Tu papa.
Yeah.
Saludo, papa. He said,
that's
what's
my
up,
father.
kid?
Yay.
All right. Yes.
I'm not a kid anymore.
I know, but that's so cute, though. That's so cute. Aww.
Yeah. Thanks, Poppy.
Because
Shout
of
out.
him, I'm not going to give you a hard time no more.
Oh, yeah, because now my dad's watching. Yeah, my dad's watching.
that's
Thank you.
cute. He warmed my heart.
I appreciate that.
You know what? Do you mind? Can I add like a little coaching wisdom to
Do
what
it.
you guys
Do your
just
thing.
said?
Hey,
Okay, so look.
please.
So look. Whoever's watching, right? Everything that you guys just said.
Yes.
Right? I just want to add in for whoever's watching. So we have the ability to have one emotion at a time.
Yeah.
Huh?
So that's it.
Really?
So we think we're really smart. Like we think, look, our brains are still kind of primitive.
Yeah.
They just are.
Yeah.
So we have the ability to have one emotion at a time.
Yeah.
So when you say you're in Puerto Rico and you're doing this or you're going to the lake or whatever, what you're doing is you're setting up yourself to have an intentional emotion.
Yes.
So when you're at the club and you're like, woo!
Right.
You're not in your head. You're in your heart at that time.
Hey.
That's right.
You're in your heart, right?
Yeah.
So when you stay in your head, there's kind of, there's a lot of amazing things that can happen.
Yeah.
But it's when you step into your heart that more creativity comes.
Yeah.
And when you know that you only have the ability to have one emotion at a time, you can be intentional with it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm
I'm
done.
loving it. I'm
Hey.
loving it. Hey, you know what? And that's
good.
That's a very good point. You know why? It's because our intentions is our mind as we in that zone. Our zone is only one emotion, right? It's not like we are bipolar and going crazy unless we got a lot of things going on. But I like that point because as a poet, you tend to walk down that pathway and knowing exactly what your destination is. You're going down that pathway of that emotion. I'm going to talk about this. So my zone is only at that, which actually can touch a lot of other people's emotions based off of what you're saying to them and experiences, right? So, that's a good point, man, because nine out of 10, sometimes when you're happy and you're sad and you're happy and you're sad, you can only do one thing.
Yes.
That's it. You can only feel
Yeah.
one thing at a time. You can't be happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah, it
Hey.
would be messed up. I wouldn't even know how to feel. Like, am I stressed? I mean, is my blood pressure up? I don't even know what. Child, tell me what you guys are thinking about. Let us know what you guys think. If you really love this, make sure you share the video, everybody. We got my man Luis Tubens in the house. You already know, aka, hey, they call him Logan Luke también.
Yes,
so make sure you guys go ahead and share this video. We're about to get it in. Okay, so poetry, as far as 20s, right? In your 20s.
In my early 20s, when I say I took it seriously, yeah.
You took it seriously in your early 20s. Now, being able to present your poems in front of people, what was your first audience like that you actually had, performing?
It was an open mic.
Okay.
The very, very first audience, I actually remember I had wrote the poem on a train on my way to the show, and another poet was being featured, and it was at the National Museum of Mexican Art out in Pilsen.
In Pilsen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they had this poetry event for this poet who, fortunately, the name escapes me right now, but they had an open mic portion. And so I went and I performed for that open mic portion for that audience.
Okay.
But I would say that more consistently,
Yeah.
my first group of audience members were at open mics.
Open mics, yeah.
Open mics were so crucial
Yes.
for me and for a lot of budding performance artists
Yep.
to share not only their poetry but their music,
Yep.
or anything else that they wanted to share that could be performed for an audience. Because you're going to receive real-time critiques,
Yep.
and you're going to see other people and you're going to get ideas, but also it's a playground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For you just to go ahead and have fun. And they ain't paying you.
Yeah.
So he's like,
True,
might
man.
as well do you. You know what I'm saying? It's like Rico ain't paying me. So I was like, I might as well just come over here and say whatever.
So
No.
that's crazy because I try to stay off of karaoke, right? I don't try to do karaoke, right? Because I don't know what they're gonna look at me at the end of the night. I don't know after that song. But open mic, yeah, I've been to a few open mics, and I think that's a way. I don't think it was taken seriously at the very beginning unless people came to support you. Like, say for example, you just went into a room full of strangers, right? It felt as if whenever you say what you had to say, either they clap for you or they did not clap for you. Either they, did they thing. I guess that's that poetry style,
Yes,
right?
the
When they
snaps.
do that, the snaps.
The beatnik, real like chill.
Uh-oh. Bring it. Bring
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Bring it.
Is that what it is?
I know,
Yeah,
right?
man, hold on, nah, don't. I'm not about to get in that mode. You're gonna transport me into the 1950s, yo. I'm gonna be. Real smooth, Rico. Real smooth, man.
I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Because the bass in the background, if put a little instrument behind that, I it's kind of feel like that Love Jones type deal.
Yeah, you just turned into a whole nother person right in front of us.
Emotional, right? Emotions, right? So when it came down to open mics was a really big thing, and I mean back then because you would find them at underground spots, a lot of underground spots. Because I remember going to a few of them just to at least just see what that was all about. And you can have anybody from rappers, from singers to poets to comedy and things like that. It was really cool. But then they started separating them. I'm sorry, on my end when I used to see them, they started separating them where you had an open mic for comedy. You have an open mic for musicians. You had an open mic or a jam session, I should call it, right? Jam sessions. Do you think that's more effective when they just actually specifically just have it for that one category? Or do you think it's better to have all of them, like whoever just come and show us your talent? Which one do you think is better?
I'm always going to go for the one with the most diversity in it. Okay. I used to run an open mic called 20 Hertz by 20 Kilohertz at the Q4 Gallery. Okay. This is in the before time, as I like to refer to it. And it was all open mic. Okay. Like we had everything up there. I'm talking about cats bringing in didgeridoos, cats doing comedy, cats doing poetry, cats just dancing, and that was their performance. Yeah. And so and then from there I started doing open mic where it was just poetry, or maybe it was just music. And those are cool, and no shade on those. Those are perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Because for different capability reasons, maybe that open mic had to be that way. Yes. But the open mics where I felt that I got the most inspiration, where I felt I had the most fun, where I felt that I was able to pool experiences and performances and ideas from my own work a little bit later, were the ones where I saw everything. Yeah. Where I saw dancers, where I saw musicians, where I saw comedy, where I saw all these different performance techniques. Because also along with those different types of performance styles, you're going to have different types of people. Yes. Yes. That diversity. In Chicago, we hyper segregated. Yes. Oh, we even got to segregate our genres of performances. Thank you. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Why? Like, why can't it just be, all of that?
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that, man. And I think, commend you in regards to having your own,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Open mic sessions. And I think that, the whole objective behind it is more of getting people together, diversity. Think about breakdancing, right? When we talk about breakdancing, it was everyone that was involved in that. It was mostly, true. I would have to say it was mostly African Americans and Latinos. But when we got down, man, it was like a passion. It was like a zone, right? But then, of course, you did have the Asians come in as well, too. And then you had the whites come in as well. And then it just felt like a groove of everybody getting together and going from there. I kind of feel the same way when it comes to that whole open mic. If people appreciate talent or even scouts, the scouts even come to like any of these? Like if people say, hey, I have this, when I say scouts, not
like promoters,
scouts, like promoters. Yeah. Like promoters. Yeah. Do they come to the open mics as well too and say, hey, we would like to start something with you at our venue or our spot?
I wouldn't say not by and large. Okay. But there have been occasions where people have seen me at an open mic and say, yo, I want you to perform at XYZ event. Yeah. I don't know if they would call themselves promoters. They might have been a promoter for that particular event. Like, for example, it might be a fundraiser, a gallery. Yes. They themselves might be a musician. They're looking for an opening act. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But no. I don't, like, not like in the, as you put it, scouts. Yeah. I don't think they come with that intention. I think most of the time people are coming as like, I'm going to come enjoy this show. Oh, that performance was dope. I want to go ahead and try to, hire that person for something.
I think I know what I need to do now. I need to become a scout.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, I think that's gonna be dope because you know why? You know why? Because that would be dope. That would be dope. That would be dope. I think I will make that happen. You know why? Because we have a connection already with all of the artists and we have a connection with a lot of people. So why not scout to be able to bring it to a next level, right? So I think Scout should actually happen for the talent that we have here in Chicago, right? Yeah. Even though it's like you said, hyper segregated, it is. And it's sad that it's like that, but then, there's always that happy medium where you have those people that want to work together. As well. So
you're always going to have people rise above that struggle.
Yeah.
And those that can go past that hyper segregation, they're going to come together and they're going to do what's great for the community and for the hood and for the arts.
Yeah. And that's where the hood is the best, because that's where you find really the passion from dancing to experiences to basically going back and forth with ideas, right? To be able to come out of that struggle to make it happen even bigger. So, man, that was hot.
Thank you.
Man. Let's get on to the next question.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We do have a few comments that just came up. Donnie, you want to read a few?
Yeah,
I know
sure.
Facebook user is Primo Cruz, just so you know who that is.
Okay.
He said Dad saved the day.
Guys, sorry. Okay, says, what up, kid?
Yeah.
God being. This
Right.
is Milton Torres.
Yes, that's his father.
Then Dad saved the
pops.
day. Open mics, open doors for performers. That's where I first performed. That's you. I'm getting my co-host thing together.
Yeah,
I think that's...
Yeah, so we do have, we also have, people would break out of the cardboard on the streets and break dance. Well, that was me, man. That was, I mean, we used to just dance in the streets and just make it happen.
Yep.
It was just, it was a beautiful thing. And I think that's what a touching piece of it was, is that being able to go out and just, we call it battling, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, it was battling in a good way, right?
Yes.
And then when we finished, we all shook
Fun.
hands and we went our separate ways.
And that's the beauty of the hood, is that we were able to take, things like words like battling that have a negative connotation to it and flip it in a way for a positive use.
Yes, sir.
Because we've had to do that.
Yes, sir.
With so many negative things in the hood.
Yep.
We've had to flip it in a way where that we needed to use it for positivity, because that's all we got.
That's all we got. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're going to go to the next, because we still excited, and I'm
Yes.
super excited. So, Donnie, you excited?
Of course.
Okay.
Hey.
Cool.
That's what's up. Yep.
So, you got a book.
I do have a book.
Eagle.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So that book came out in 2017. It's published by Bob and Lace Press.
Okay.
Shout out to my publisher and editor, Eduardo Arocho.
Okay.
Also, great poet from Paseo Boricua and historian
Paseo
too.
Boricua.
So that's definitely a brother that people should look up and seek out. But so he published and edited my first book, Stone Eagle, and it's named Stone Eagle because it's named after a monument in Logan Square where I grew up. My pseudonym is Logan Lou, and the reason why that is because I grew up in a neighborhood called Logan Square.
Okay.
I came up with that name really young. I think looking back, I probably would think of different, just because now I don't live in Logan Square and everybody's like disappointed when they're always like, wait, oh, you don't live in Logan Square? I'm like, nah, yo, like I moved out, I got gentrified out a long time ago, but you're Logan Lou, like, and I'm like, yeah, but like, yo, can I live outside Logan Square? Is that cool? Anyways, but the book is a collection of poems that have to do with Logan Square, but also with a variety of different experiences that I've had. So you're going to see things in there from the time that I spent working for a politician.
Okay.
You're going to see poems that have to do with love. You're going to see poems that have to do with being Latino in the United States.
Yes, sir.
So all of that you're gonna find in there.
So the objective of, your, yes.
Thank you.
So if, someone wants to read your book, they will have mixed emotions about the book or the experience? Are they going down the journey of who Logan Lou is, his ups, his downs, and all around? Or is it, what would you tell somebody, hey, if you read that book, this is what you're going to feel?
Ooh, I feel that, like, if you read the book, what you're going to feel are a variety of emotions that not just deal with the social political side, but also with a lot of emotional side that has to do with depression or love or whatever it may be. I'm hoping that people don't read it thinking or trying to have these experiences through my body. I'm hoping that then the way that I write is something that can relate to people so that they can feel these experiences for themselves.
Yeah.
Not necessarily through me.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be the vessel.
Yeah.
I more want to be the guide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
like that. I like that.
I busted out all the vocabulary words today, Rico. That's why I was late, man. I was looking through my thesaurus to be like, oh man, I'm gonna be on the Rico No Suave show. This cat don't play. I'm gonna have to.
I think I want to say.
And I'm glad I did, man, because I'm like, yo, I'm feeling like Miss Brown over here, man, in front of Congress being questioned, yo. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, Rico. You're gonna have to give me a second, man. Do you got any chips or something, man, that I can munch on? I'm sweating, yo.
Guys, you already know, man. This is how we are, man.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God. Yeah, one of the things is that, it's just, we got a business.
I see, man.
My people, they always are looking for my guests, and they, one of the things is that they want to definitely see how hype we get with our guests, and you definitely are making up for that, Papa.
Thank you.
I have to say,
Thank you, man. I
I'm
appreciate
so
that.
happy to actually have you here. So congratulations on Stone Eagle. So
Thank you, man.
where can they actually buy the book? Is it only online, or is it hard copy as well?
Both. So if you go to my website, Logan Lou Poetry, Lou spelled L-U, LoganLouPoetry.com,
Okay.
And there's going to be tabs for merchandise, and you just.
Let's put that website up for Logan Lou Poetry. We have the website there. Yeah, so that's so that's your website, LoganLouPoetry.com.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody, you guys go ahead and support, buy that book. And also, where is it online?
That would be where you would find it online is through the website. Otherwise, you could contact me.
Okay.
I don't have it like on Amazon or anything like that just yet.
I see.
But in part because a lot of the work that I'm doing now is not on paper.
Nice. Nice. I like that. Not on paper, like literally, right? Because when you write it down, of course.
Yeah. You know what I'm
paper.
saying? Is being performed.
Yes,
so.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So,
I have a question.
talk to me.
Hey.
I was just about to get to it.
If someone wanted to see you live, because now you got me all intrigued and stuff. I'm gonna be where's
you gotta come.
I love the name. It's very masculine, actually. So if someone wanted to see you live, where could they find you?
I have a slew of performances that are actually coming up in April and May and June.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got a lot of different things. The social media is always update the quickest. Also, Logan Lou Poetry on Instagram. But this Thursday, I'm going to be performing in Logan Square.
Let's put his Instagram up. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to be performing in Logan Square at the Comfort Station with members of ESO.
Yeah.
With members of ESO and with a member of the Raíces to Roots theater troupe. So I'm going to be performing some avant-garde poetry with 4 live musicians.
Nice.
That's going to be a free event.
When is it?
That is this Thursday at 7:30 at the Comfort Station in Logan Square.
Got it.
It's pretty much off of Kedzie and Milwaukee. The building looks like, I call it the Elf building because it looks like Santa Claus works there.
Nice.
And if you go by there, you see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be like, that gotta be where Santa Claus lives. And so that's where I'm gonna be performing at this Thursday.
Okay.
But also, I'm gonna be part of Poesía en Abril with DePaul University.
Okay.
Every year, because April is National Poetry Month, which is thank you, Rico, for inviting me during.
Oh, man.
Yeah, for
Okay.
National Poetry. You did. Oh man, I was hoping you didn't say that. I was trying to make like,
My
yeah.
bad.
You were supposed to be like, yeah, that's why you came here, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, I thought that's why I was on the first show in April.
So
but okay. But you're like, no, I didn't know that, man. I'm trying to, you're not going to be good at the club, bro. You're not going to be good at the club. I'm going to be with DePaul University. I'm going to be performing with some other poets. That's going to be all in Spanish, though.
All right.
So Poesía en Abril is going to be all in Spanish. That's going to be the last weekend of April.
Okay.
And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be performing poetry all in Spanish. In May, I'm also going to be hosting Mole de Mayo, which is a free festival, outdoor festival in Pilsen of just mole.
That's right.
Of just mole.
Man, that is the bomb.
Yeah.
Mole Festival is the bomb.
Oh my God, it's going to be so good.
And everybody out there cooking mole.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of shows coming up with SO Afro Jam Funk Beat, also in May too, and you can find all of that on the social media. But the show that I'm really pumped about. All of these shows I'm pumped about.
Yes, sir.
All of these shows I'm really hyped about. But the one that I put a lot of time and effort in, that I'm going to be starring into, along with the creator Maria Luisa Torres, shout out to her, is Raíces to Roots. And Raíces to Roots is a show that combines poetry, dance, and live music to tell the story of the Chicago Puerto Rican diaspora. But not in like your, in 1974 this happened type of way, but in a very avant-garde way, in that we are showing you a series of vignettes of scenes that are inspired by the experiences of the Puerto Rican people. So that show is happening in June at the Aguijón Theater. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be real hot. You're going to see me interpreting dancers with poetry, and you're going to see dancers interpreting my lyrics through their movements.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that I was just thinking about that when I was thinking about the whole fusion thing of poetry and music when we're talking about the open mic. I was going to mention that to you, but you already are doing that, which is great minds think alike, which is awesome, because being able to have poetry with music and also dancers, and you being kind of the narrative behind it, it's cool to have a narrative to be able to go through the scenes, but the poetry behind it, sick.
That sounds dope.
Yeah.
And you know, I always looking for like different events in Chicago.
Yes.
And it's not always the easiest thing to find.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to be a new follower.
Yeah. Thank you. Come.
He's spitting his poetry. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. Don't heckle me though.
I'll try.
Don't be out there.
I'll try, as long as you're not late.
I bought this damn ticket. I got dinner plans. Where is this poet?
Like, Rico, where's your friend?
Yeah. Where's your boy? I'm gonna be with Rico. Rico, I'm late. We gotta go, bro.
I'm messing with you.
Oh my God. We hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, man. If you enjoy yourselves, make sure you throw us a thumbs up. If you can actually show us some love and likes as well too. My man Justin Sawyer, the activist, saying, "Hey, I need a love poem." He said he needs one so he can actually say it.
Hook him up right now.
Yeah, yes, sir. And he said, "I've never been to an open mic." So open mics, are they still around?
You know, they're not as frequent as they were in the before time.
Okay.
But they're coming back.
Okay.
They're coming back. Yeah, there's a couple that are happening pretty consistently.
Yeah.
There's one that happens on the west side of Chicago that the name escapes me right now. But what's been happening a lot is that, especially for poetry open mics, is that there are these virtual open mics that started during the time of the pandemic, in which you got performers from all over the world that are able to participate in the open mic. As a matter of fact, the one that comes up is not a Chicago one, but it's a New Yorican one. The New Yorican Poets Cafe does an all poetry open mic on Mondays and an all open mic on Thursdays. And you got performers from all different type of time zones that otherwise you probably wouldn't be able to catch there performing. And that one is you got to sign up early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's other open mics that are creeping up. One that I do that's all in Spanish for poets that spit all in Spanish is called Slam Diaspora, and it's a poetry slam and open mic with poets from all over the U.S. But specifically for those that are speaking Spanish.
That's hot. That's hot.
Yeah.
Valerie Malessio's checking in saying, hola, how's it going, Valerie?
Hey, is she at the quinceañera?
I think she's at the quinceañera, I guess. I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, you're funny. Help me out, Valerie. You're messing this up over here.
I'm about to say.
He's like, yeah, she at the quinceañera. All right, hey, this ain't about nothing. I need to get on to the Rico No Suave show. I miss y'all. All right. So, one thing about the whole thing about you being, you know, a poet is also being a prophet. And we had another gentleman that was here. His also name was Luis as well too, from the Puerto Rican Cultural Center.
Okay.
On Division.
Yeah.
You know him, and he came in and he was just amazing. Like, he talked about, you know, back in the day of, you know, how Humble Park and all of that actually started, the roots and all of that, right? And he might be also a great person to connect you with, because he actually does a lot of the events as well in Humble Park, but also outside of Humble Park. This guy is like insane. And I think your poetry definitely can take you to bigger places, of course, further than what you have right now. So, and it's just, it's amazing, man. It's amazing where people can be able to live through poetry, to be able to like, it's just like talking like a regular conversation, but hits those certain words. It's like, ooh, I wasn't expecting that, right? I wasn't expecting that at all. When we talk about the group SO Funk, because you do poetry as far as in that group, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about you working with SO Funk. Then how's it been?
Yo, I got mad love for SO Funk. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, you actually had our band leader, Armando Perez, was here on the show. And he was, I'm sure he was talking about SO Funk. So, but Armando, SO, they were the first ones to have me record my poetry to music. I have been experimenting with it with a homie of mine named Jalmir Rodriguez, another Boricua who's now in New Orleans. But Armando was the first one that was like, let's do this for real. We like, here, give us your words, and we're gonna put music to it, and we're gonna record it, and we're gonna perform it consistently, and that just opened up a whole nother dimension of being able to use my poetry, because I never imagined having a whole band behind me as I'm spitting the words, accenting the words, taking you through the roller coaster, and making people dance to poetry. What? You're dancing to words?
That's hot.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's sick.
Yeah, so I got a lot of love for SO Funk because they really helped me grow. Also, what they helped me do is not only recognize the ability to put the poetry to music, but also introduce me to different ways of writing.
Yes.
So like where I'm not just writing just off of thoughts, I'm writing with musical intentions in my head. You know, how is this gonna sound with the sax? How is this gonna sound with some congas? How is this gonna sound, you know, with a clave, with the guitar, with the bass? You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
That's sick, bro. I mean, that's something definitely I would love to actually see. But I mean, I got the vinyl right here, but it's just, you know, it's just more of just seeing how that all comes together, right? It's just like you being in a concert and then all of a sudden you just got the music playing in the back end and you just flowing with it. It's almost like you're chanting, right? You know, when you're in a circle and you're chanting and you're actually, you know, saying certain words and it's just flowing with you, freestyling with poetry. That's amazing, man, because you have it's just another form of hip hop, right? Another form of hip hop, but in a nice little style. Right? So that's hot, man. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, brother.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You know, we're at the 1 o'clock hour, but I want you to stick around for a little bit.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay. So I got a shirt for you.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. I got a shirt for you, right?
Hey.
Because, you know, this shirt means a lot to us that we give out to our, what we call gems around the world, right?
Okay.
And one of the things about gems around the world is how they actually affect other people's lives. And by you actually affecting other people's lives, such as myself, such as my special guest co-host, right? And also my team, right, as well. You know, one of the things about having this shirt represent how the Rico no Suave show has great guests like yourselves that's doing great things for the world. So I want to say congratulations.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yes,
all right,
sir. Yes,
matches
sir.
my hat.
It
does, right? It's kind of the same color scheme. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Rico.
You're welcome.
Man,
You're welcome.
but did you have to give me triple extra large? I mean, I know that I'm You know, I'm not there, man. But no, I'm joking, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I love it. Once again, everybody, put your hands together. My man, Luis Tubens. Yes.
Thank you.
Man, thank you so much for being on the show. But I want you to stick around with me, right?
Okay.
Stick around with me because we got a surprise because we're going to shift it over to your girl, Giordani.
Ooh.
Because she got some things that she's going to actually tell us about, right?
Okay.
Because she's rocking it out real quick. So, everybody, here is a special, that, of course, Giordani actually has something coming up. So, talk to us, Giordani. Talk to us about what you got coming up.
Am I talking to you?
You can talk whoever you want to.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you talk
great.
to Roma. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so what I have coming up is it's a summit, right? It's this Wednesday and this Thursday. So
Okay.
what I did was I brought together 10 powerful speakers, and what we're going to talk about is how you can reclaim unstoppable self-confidence and certainty. Okay. So the speakers are wide variety, and this summit is for the person that knows that they have that extra oomph, that extra love, creativity, passion. It could be in business, it can be in whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But for some reason right now you feel stuck. You feel like you lost your juju juice and you don't know where it went.
Wow.
You don't know where it went because
Right.
I went through that for a portion during the last 2 years.
Sure.
So there was a portion of that time where I was like, am I unstoppable? Am I still who I know to be?
Yeah.
So I hand selected the title because you can only reclaim what's inside of you.
Yes.
I can't, like you said, I want to be your guide. I'm not your vessel, right?
Right.
Because I can only tap into what's inside of me.
Yes.
So when I reclaimed my unstoppableness again, because that's really who I am,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Then I said, I want to bring this out to everyone. I want to bring this out to the world. So then I reached out to 10 speakers and people doing very well in their life, okay?
Yeah.
In different areas. And we have so many stories. We have one story of one lady that there was a best friend that she had for many years, and one day the best friend just kind of shut the door in her face. She's like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And she felt like she went through a divorce. It was really hurtful. And a lot of times in life when we go through what's called the dip, right? We start to become more introspective, more what's going on in my life, more self-reflective. So she became self-reflective and she tapped into her self-love and her sexuality. And you know what? She has now a company that teaches women. Don't get too deep into this, okay, Rico?
Okay, sure,
All right.
sure.
So she has a company now that teaches women how to feel self-confident, surrender, and have better orgasms.
Hey.
She's going to be part of the show, right?
Okay,
There's
all right.
another person that's going to be part of the show that teaches people how to multiply their money.
Okay.
Take the money that you have, right, and multiply it.
Wow.
There's another one that she helps people unleash their heart by releasing and telling their story and publishing a book. Right. And you know how important that is.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we have people of different perspectives and different genres.
Yes.
But the whole purpose is so you can unlock, right, and reclaim what's already inside of you.
I see.
So if you're that person, if you're the person that you chilling in the basement and you're good, you don't have none of that, this is probably not for you.
Sure.
But if you're the person that's you know what, I'm cool here, but I want there's something more that I want, and I feel like I don't know what the next step is, and that's not normally like me.
Yeah.
Because I normally make good decisions, but right now I feel like I'm running and not making a lot of forward motion.
Yeah.
Then this is for you.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm going to be tapping into. How do we become unstoppable and stopping and starting? Stopping and start. Because when we stop and start, blah, 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 guess what? That's hard.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
like going
I think-
to the gym.
Can I throw something
Yeah.
at you a little bit? So one of the things about the whole stopping and starting is I would think there's maybe a little bit of obstacles that might be in the way to stop you. And it could be whatever that they may be going through that might You know how like when people just have that bad luck where they just feel like, man, every time I'm going through something, I feel like something is a roadblock, and it feels like they're stoppable. How would that come into play
That's
of
really
helping
good.
them?
That's really good. That's a great question. No, that's a great question. So look, our story, our lives are created by the narrative that we tell ourselves. Our story is our narrative, right? So I'm going to be honest. This is my first summit. Do you know how challenging it is to bring 10 speakers together, and how challenging it is to bring 10 speakers to promote, to do this, to do that? And there were a lot of obstacles that I had in the way, right? There were a lot of things that kind of came. It depends on what stories you create.
Right.
So like, this has been challenging for me.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of things that didn't work out as I planned, right?
Right.
And I'm sure the same for you. And I'm sure the same for you.
Yeah.
But we have a choice. We can pause. There's a difference between pausing and slowing down and stopping.
Okay.
There's a huge difference,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sometimes when I've worked with clients that say, you know what? I've been wanting to do this for 10 years and I've never done it.
Like salsa dance.
That's stopping. That's stopping. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a difference between slow down and then stop.
Yes.
So
Sure.
and it's more where you feel like I'm stuck. Like I think I'm making forward motion, but it's not really happening.
Yeah.
So so we're gonna talk about business. We're gonna talk about there's one lady that this is a powerful story for me. So many married people, if you ask your husband, if you ask your wife, I have an idea for something, and I really want to move forward. And if your spouse says no, a lot of people won't do it. And her husband said no. And she's going to be speaking.
Wow.
Right? And I have on my social media, because I pre-recorded her video, and she talks, the first thing we talk about on the social media is she talks about the letter her husband just wrote her at her 50th birthday party. He wrote, he says, I remember the day you told me you were going to quit, and I told you not to. And a week later, you said, I quit. He said, I've never seen someone create so much out of nothing. He said, you inspire me so much that I can't help but to support you.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we're bringing.
Yeah.
That's what we're bringing. Because like you just said,
Yep.
for a lot of people, that would be a no.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right? But she has proven herself so much that he's like, well, damn. Hold up. What we doing? What's next? It's just the truth. Right. So, but we have, one guy used to be 300 some pounds. He lost all that weight. Now he's boom. So there's so many stories that I'm bringing, and so much just amazingness in one container.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is that I get to bring it to you for free.
Yeah.
So it's a gift.
Okay.
That is a gift.
Yeah.
You don't have to chime in the entire time. Some people, I'm at work. Okay. Peeking on your break. It's going to be okay. Okay.
Sure.
Them 20 minutes might actually change your life.
And how long so this is 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on the 13th and the 14th.
Yep.
So it's about 4 hours.
Yeah.
About 4.
Exactly. So I split it. A lot of people do that in one day. I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay. I see. So it's the same thing both days.
No, different speakers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Different. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can split it up, and plus it's going to be online as well too, where people can actually go back and watch it as well.
No.
Wow.
No.
It's not that type of party.
No, it's not. No. So if you're interested in it, there's a link somewhere that I.
So we actually have. Can we bring up that website for her, the Reclaim?
Yeah. So there's a link.
Yeah.
You click on the link.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you register. You give me your name, your email, and then you'll get the information.
Right.
Now, if you cannot make it the entire time, that's fine. Summits, very few people stay the entire time.
Sure.
Just peek in, get some good energy, get some good wisdom. I'm going to tell you this real quick. In that small space, in that small 2-day container, if you really look at the years of wisdom, guidance, coaching, mentorship, success, failures, that's over 50 years.
Yeah.
So you can learn whatever lessons you're going to learn in 10, 20 years, that's fine. Or you can collapse the time and come learn them in a couple hours.
I think one of the biggest things about learning and reclaiming self-confidence, as you would say, in this arena of wealth of intelligence, I would say people have to take that seriously. And the reason why I say you have to take it seriously is because you put a number to it of 50 years. 50 years of wisdom is a long time. That's like your grandma, abuelito, somebody talking to you and trying to tell you the right way to go. Then all of a sudden, you have to execute it. What I mean by that is you have a plan, you have a blueprint, you have to have something that all of these speakers are giving you of maybe in whatever industry that you're going into to be able to help you further where you need to go. The whole objective of is I won't stop, but you have to execute.
You do.
A lot of people get to that point of planning and they say, yeah, I want to do that and I will get there, but they need to execute in order to be unstoppable. A lot of people get to that point where they feel like they're unstoppable until they get to that one point of wisdom that they're saying that can be a hard point of either their self-esteem is not there, the lowness of it. It's hard.
You just hit. You know what? Let me give you an award. Hold on. You a coach now? You're a coach now? Is that what you're...
I'm trying.
No.
Because it's. I've seen it. I've experienced it.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you this, if I may.
Sure.
Look, and I say this from experience. I say it from the place in my heart because this is truly my passion, right? I get emotional sometimes when I talk about some of my clients and stuff. You have to take one step at a time.
Of course.
You have to take one step at a time and grant yourself permission to mess up.
Yes.
Grant yourself permission. When I started my breathwork workshops, one person showed up. You know what I did? I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome. I get to now make a strong connection with this person.
Bingo.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to grant yourself permission.
That's right.
You don't look for permission from other people.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You be the leader, and let me tell you, you will find your followers.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it. So if
My
there's
girl.
a self-esteem issue, if there's this, if there's that, I get it.
Yep.
I totally get it. However, if you just remember, I have to grant myself permission today to take one step.
Yeah.
Not to have it perfect.
Yes.
Because there's no perfection.
That's
you
right.
can't measure perfection.
That's correct.
But you can measure progress.
Right. You're right.
So progress always over trumps perfection. Always trumps it.
That's right.
So just make progress. So if you want to know more about that,
Yep. That's
check it out.
Hey. Everybody, make sure you go to that link. Make sure you go to that link. Yeah, because that's what it's all about. ReclaimSelfConfidence.com/Giordani McCoy. Yes. Everybody, round of applause. That was good. I like that.
Can they click on it though?
They can't click on no. They will have to just write it down. But then what we can do is we can actually put it. If you want to, you could go ahead and put it in on the comment section there.
Oh, okay.
And you can actually put that link there where everybody can actually go about clicking on that link there.
Okay,
so
okay.
We'll leave the chat. We'll leave the chat room up so you can actually go ahead and type that in.
All right,
so.
no problem.
So yeah, everybody, that was the show today.
Hey.
Great job, everybody. So we're going to actually go over our social media real quick, everybody, so everybody knows where we're at. So here is our first one. Our first one is www.riconosuaveshow.com is where you'll find all of our past archive videos, as well as for this show as well, too, which will be up tomorrow. So if you want to actually replay this, it will be on our website as well. And also our photos. All right, here's the next one. Our next one is, boom, at Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you follow us there on Instagram. Yeah, so make sure you follow us there on Instagram. Make sure you go ahead and follow us because we're building more and more content. Here's the next one. Boom! Rico No Suave Show. Ooh, wait. Yes.
Big surprise. That's a shocker there. I wasn't expecting that one.
Rico No Suave Show.
Make it easy for us. Make it easy for us.
Make it
I was
easy.
like, what's your email? He was like, Rico. And I was like, oh, my fault. My bad.
So make sure you go to the Rico No Suave show. Make sure you like, love, and love as well too. And here is our next one. We're on YouTube. Our YouTubers, subscribe to our channel. Even if you don't watch YouTube, subscribe to it. Rico No Suave show. Make sure you go and subscribe to that channel. We build it all day and every day. All right, here's the last one. We are at mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave show. Go figure. You already know. Go ahead and follow us there, like us there, and love everything that we are doing, everybody. So, yes. All right. So now, everyone, we're going to be next week. So this Monday, we also have another special guest. So the Rico No Suave show is actually, we just continuously blossoming, man. I'm so proud of our accomplishments and things that we're doing. So our this Monday at 6:30 p.m., we have a guy named Tuliso Dingwall. He was actually on The Wire, the show The Wire. He's the one that actually killed Omar at the end. So he's going to be on the show this, yes, there he is. Yes, this Monday at 6:30. So we're going to go live here and everywhere, and he's going to actually be, of course, he's going to be remote. So he's going to act, I think he's either in LA or he's actually in DC at one of them, but he's going to be tuning in during that time for you guys to actually listen to. It's going to be 30 minutes from 6:30 to 7 p.m. I'm so happy to actually have him on the show. It's going to be an awesome show. Big shout out to my man John Manning that actually creates our flyers as well too. So he rocks it out.
Good job.
Big shout out to my crew as well too. Anna's on the switcher today, so she's rocking it out. And we welcome back my man Dimitro. Yes, Dimitro's back again. Yes. And we miss Leah. So everybody on the crew. So this is what I want you guys to tune in. That means you guys too. If you get a chance, make sure you tune in for the show. It's going to be the bomb. And Valerie will be back with me here. All right. Next week, we are going to be in Clearwater, Florida, baby. Wow. Woo! We're going to Clearwater, Florida. The Rico No Suave show will be on the beach. Yes, we will be at Clearwater, Florida, and this one right here. This gentleman here, his name is Jimmy Roenick. He says from the ICU to brand new, and he was in the ICU, and actually he wasn't supposed to make it, and he made it. And I told him, I said, man, this is going to be.
He needs to be at my summit.
Yeah, and he's actually
for real.
He's actually a testimonial, right? Wow. I have to say he was 400 pounds, and he went to beast mode, and he's actually slimmed down, and that's him, afterwards, awesome. And he slimmed down a lot. Wow. So I'm so happy to actually go to Clearwater, Florida next week. Same time. We're going to be doing it from 12 to 1 CST time, and of course, their time is going to be Eastern time. So it's going to be the bomb. So we're ready to
that's
go.
What's up,
man. All right, everybody, we got to get out of here, man. I hope you guys had a good time. Once again, put your hands together for Luis.
Thank you.
As well as my special guest co-host, Giordani. LaCroix. Yes, great job. All right, everybody. Of course, you already know we're going to be here this Monday, and you already know where we're going to be at next week. But thank you guys so much for being on the show. And what have we learned today? We learned a lot in regards to poetry, right? Poetry in regards to experiences going up and down and understanding emotions. We understand in that zone that we only have one emotion at a time, or we just have high blood pressure if we do, right? And then also, we have a summit that's actually coming up where you're going to have 50 years worth of wealth. Everything that's going to actually be there, you want to actually be there for, because no matter what you're going through, you want to become unstoppable. So want to thank you guys so much for being on the show with us today, and we hope that you continue to support us. All right, everybody, we got to get out of here as we end off the show just like this.